find the circumcenter of a triangle using GeoGebra, we can go over to Tools and choose Point. So we can select 3 points, any points on the screen, to create a triangle. So I'm going to just put 3 points here, A, B, and C. And it doesn't really matter where they're located. I'm going to connect the points with segments. So I'm going to go scroll down under the lines over here, and I'm going to choose segment. I'm going to connect the points by choosing point A and point B. I'm going to do the same thing for B and C, and then go from C to A. So I've got a triangle here on my screen, and if I select Move under the basic tools, I can take any of these points and move them around and just move my triangle anywhere I would like it to go. So to find the circumcenter, I'm going to need to do the perpendicular bisector of each of the sides. That's really quite easy to do in GeoGebra. So again, I'm going to look at my list of tools. I am going to go down to where it says Construct. One of the options here is perpendicular bisector. When I choose the perpendicular bisector, it says select 2 points or 1 segment. If I choose segment AB, anywhere on there, it's going to draw the perpendicular bisector. If I do the same thing for the other 2 sides of the triangle, I will get all 3 perpendicular bisectors. And the intersection of those 3 bisectors is called the circumcenter for the triangle. I'm going to go and put a point by choosing point under the basic tools. I'm going to put a point at the circumcenter here, point D. And if you notice, when I move the points around A, B, and C, that my bisectors are moving and the location of the circumcenter is also moving as we go along here. I'm going to get rid of a little bit of the clutter here by right-clicking and just removing my X and Y axis. And I'm also going to remove my grid here, just to give a little bit of a more clean view. Okay, one of the interesting features about the circumcenter is that it is the same distance away from points A, B, and C. So it is equidistant from A, B, and C. This means that I can draw a circle that goes through each of those points, A, B, and C, with a center at the circumcenter. So if I go over and I choose under circles, circle with center, and I select the center point, so my circumcenter is the center point, and then any one of the 3 vertices, we see that we have a triangle or a circle that goes through all 3 points. And again, as we move those points along, the circle is going with it, and that circle is always going to have those 3 points of the triangle on there. So this is how you would find the circumcenter of a triangle. Now, if I go in and clear this all out, I'm not going to save that. Sometimes you're asked in problems to find a specific location based on having the 3 vertices at given points. So let's say that I had point A that was located at a specific point like 2, 5. I could just type in here on the algebra menu over here. I have this A equals 2, 5, and it plots the point at 2, 5. I'm going to go point B at, let's just say, -1, 1, or negative 1, 1. We'll go -1, 1. And then let's have point C be at the point 4, -2. So I've got 3 defined coordinates here. And again, I go into my tools like I did before, and I can connect these with a segment. So connect A to B, A to C, and B to C. Go through the same process. So I'm going to find the perpendicular bisector of each of the 3 sides. And I have this intersection point on here. I'm going to go up to point, choose that there. So right now point D is the circumcenter, and if I'd like to know where that's located, if I go back over into the algebra tab here, I go down to point D, and it says that that is the intersection of I and J, the intersection of the two bisectors, and it gives me that location of the point. So I have my points A, B, and C that were given to me, and I found that the location of the circumcenter is at 2.64, 1.4. Okay. Also notice here that I could type all of this in if I wanted to. If I didn't want to use the tools menu, I could just as easily type in segment and then parentheses B comma A. That's going to create that segment. I could type in the perpendicular bisector of segment F, and that's going to create that. Also, we can notice here that it's giving me the equation of each of the lines. So I have the equation of each of those perpendicular bisectors. It's giving me that information as well. Okay, so hopefully you appreciate this information on how to find perpendicular bisectors using GeoGebra.